Have you ever felt like there's something more to life than what we can see with our physical eyes? That nagging feeling that we're meant to experience reality on a deeper level isn't just your imagination, it's your soul's calling card. It's like being in a movie theatre. Your whole life, watching reality on screen, when suddenly you realise you could step through the screen and experience the full, immersive story from the inside. That moment of realisation, that shift in perspective, is just a glimpse of what we're exploring today. Consciousness isn't binary, it's a spectrum. Think of it like climbing a mountain. At the base, we have our ordinary waking consciousness, the day-to-day awareness we operate with. But as we climb higher, the air gets clearer, the vision expands, the perspective transforms completely. Higher states of consciousness represent elevated levels of awareness, where we perceive reality beyond the limitations of our ego-driven mind. They're characterized by expanded perception beyond the five senses, a profound sense of connection with all existence, dissolution of the separate self, experiences of unity, love, and divine intelligence, access to deeper wisdom and intuition. Here's where things get interesting. Ascension and enlightenment are often used interchangeably, but they represent two complementary paths up the same mountain. Enlightenment is like a lightning strike, a sudden realization of your true nature beyond the ego. It's the traditional path emphasized in Buddhist and Hindu traditions, focusing on the recognition of your essential nature, liberation from suffering through understanding its cause, transcendence of duality, the timeless now moment. Ascension, particularly emphasized in New Age spirituality, is more gradual. A progressive raising of your vibrational frequency, integration of higher dimensions of consciousness into physical reality, activation of dormant DNA and spiritual gifts, embodiment of your higher self or soul essence. Both lead to expanded awareness, but through different doorways. The beautiful truth? You don't have to choose. These paths naturally intertwine. How do you know if you're already on the journey? Watch for these signposts. 1. Heightened sensitivity. Suddenly you're feeling everything more intensely, from emotions to energies around you. 2. Synchronicities multiplying. Those magical coincidences that feel meaningful keep showing up. 3. Time distortion. Hours pass like minutes, or minutes stretch into eternities. 4th, increased intuitive abilities. You just know things without logical explanation. 5. Dissolving of old identities. Careers, relationships, beliefs that once defined you no longer fit. 6. Profound peace amidst chaos. Finding a still center even when life gets turbulent. 7. Heightened dream states. More vivid dreams, lucid dreaming, or astral projection. Consider the remarkable journey of Dr. Fritjof Capra, the theoretical physicist who wrote the groundbreaking book, The Tao of Physics. In the early 1970s, while sitting on a beach, he had what he describes as a profound mystical experience, where he suddenly saw the dance of subatomic particles as the cosmic dance of Shiva. This vision led him to recognize the deep parallels between quantum physics and Eastern mysticism. What makes his story so powerful is that his spiritual insights didn't contradict his scientific training. They completed it. His work shows that the further we go in understanding either the external universe or our inner consciousness, the more these paths converge. To understand ascension, we need to understand the multi-dimensional nature of our being. We're not just physical bodies, we're complex energy systems operating across multiple dimensions. The esoteric traditions teach us about chakras. Those spinning energy centers that run from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, each governing different aspects of your experience. Light body. Also called the Merkaba or ascension vehicle, it's your energetic blueprint that activates during the ascension process. Dimensions of consciousness. from the dense 3D physical reality to the 5D unity consciousness many speak of, and beyond to the 12D divine awareness. As you ascend, these energetic systems undergo profound activation and recalibration. That weird buzzing sensation in your body, the headaches that come and go, those might actually be signs your energetic body is upgrading. It's similar to upgrading your smartphone's operating system. During the update, the phone might get warm, apps might close unexpectedly, and functions may temporarily stop working. But after the update completes, everything runs more smoothly, with new capabilities you didn't have access to before. Let's get practical. How do you actually move into these higher states? Here are 6 powerful practices. 1. Meditation. Not just any meditation, but specifically practices that expand awareness rather than just focus it. Try open monitoring meditation, where you observe without attachment. 2. Energy work. Practices like Qigong, Reiki, or pranayama breathing techniques that directly work with life force energy. 3. Sound healing. Binaural beats, crystal bowls, shamanic drumming, all alter brainwave states to access higher consciousness. 4th, shadow work. You can't ascend if you're weighed down. Facing and integrating your shadow aspects creates space for higher frequencies. 5. Nature immersion. Extended time in natural settings, especially power spots like mountains, forests, or oceans, naturally raises your vibration. 6. Service to others. Perhaps counterintuitively, selfless service accelerates spiritual growth by dissolving the separate self. This knowledge has transformed countless lives, and I'm committed to sharing more of these consciousness-expanding techniques with you. If you're resonating with these insights so far, take a quick second now to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This spiritual journey is one we're meant to walk together, and I don't want you to miss a single step of the path we're exploring. Your higher self will thank you for it, and the community we're building here supports each other's awakening in powerful ways. Now let's continue with this vital information. Consider the ancient redwoods that have stood for thousands of years. These giants don't grow in isolation. They create vast underground networks, sharing resources and information through their root systems. Similarly, our consciousness expands not in isolation but through connection, to nature, to others, and to the parts of ourselves we've kept hidden. Here's what most spiritual influencers won't tell you. Before the greatest ascension comes the deepest descent. The dark night of the soul isn't just poetic language. It's a crucial phase where everything you thought you knew gets dismantled. It feels like loss of meaning and purpose, profound isolation and misunderstanding, confrontation with deepest fears and wounds. Death of the old identity before the new one emerges. Imagine a caterpillar entering its chrysalis. Inside that dark space, it doesn't just grow wings, it completely dissolves into primordial soup before reorganizing into an entirely new form. From the caterpillar's perspective, this must feel like dying. Yet without this dissolution, there would be no butterfly. Our consciousness follows the same pattern. What feels like falling apart is actually falling into place. The most overlooked aspect of spiritual awakening: integration. Having peak experiences isn't enough. You must bring that expanded awareness back into everyday life. This looks like embodying your insights through changed behavior, applying spiritual wisdom to practical challenges, maintaining higher awareness during ordinary activities, balancing spiritual experiences with grounded action. Without integration, spiritual seeking becomes just another form of escapism. The true master isn't the one who can leave the marketplace for the mountain, but who can bring the mountain's perspective back to the marketplace. Think of water collecting on a mountaintop. It doesn't serve the valley by staying there, it must flow down to nourish the land below. Similarly, the insights gained in higher states must flow into our everyday lives to create real transformation. Here's why this isn't just personal. Many traditions speak of this time as a collective opportunity for humanity's evolutionary leap in consciousness. The Mayans, Hopis, and numerous other indigenous traditions predicted this era as a time of great transformation. We're seeing unprecedented access to spiritual wisdom across traditions. Technology connecting human consciousness globally. Accelerated awakening experiences among people with no spiritual background. Systems collapse, creating space for new paradigms based on higher awareness. Your personal journey contributes to this collective shift. As you raise your frequency, you become a tuning fork that helps others vibrate at higher levels too. It's like how a single candle can light thousands of others without diminishing its own flame. Each awakened consciousness becomes a light that makes it easier for others to find their way. Ascension and enlightenment aren't distant goals for special people. They're your birthright as a conscious being. This journey isn't about escaping human experience, but expanding it to include dimensions of reality that have always been there, waiting for you to perceive them. The path may not always be easy, but it's infinitely worthwhile. As Ram Dass beautifully put it, we're all just walking each other home. Every step you take toward higher consciousness creates ripples that extend far beyond what you can see. Your awakening is both intimately personal and cosmically significant. So I'll leave you with this question. What one practice could you commit to today that would open the door to your higher consciousness? The mountain is waiting, and the view from the top will transform everything.